Good morning, traders. Welcome to the market caller for today, being the 10th of August 2026. We're excited to have you all here joining us on the market caller. My name is CJ, and together with me, we have Rebounds, Cynthia, and Abby, who are going to also be joining us on today's market caller. Here on the market caller, we are going to be analyzing currency pairs that we are going to be trading this week. So for all the pairs that we're analyzing, we're going to be sharing with you our top-down analysis, the places where we expect price to get to, and possible trades that we are going to be taking today and this week. These are the things we're going to be covering on today's market call. So whether you're joining us from London, New York, Tokyo, or from Lagos, welcome to the markets call. Straight up, we're going to be heading to analysis for gold against dollar. If you can look at it on the daily time frame, you will see that gold has made a very strong push to the upside, maximizing the move from all the news releases that happened in the previous week. We had on Friday rather, we had FOMC release. On Wednesday, we had FOMC on Wednesday, and then we had NFP on Friday. So all those moves were maximized to the upside, as we saw a very strong rally on gold to the upside, and it has remained bullish since then. However, we have a contrary bias coming into this week. Not a fully contrary bias because it's more of a retracement. We're expecting gold to retrace to the downside somewhere around this particular point here. As you can see, the golden colored line is our point of interest for gold. We're expecting it to make a move to this level here before it continues buy, or it should trade a bit further downwards before the continuation of the buy to the upside. Seeing the momentum of the buy, I would not want to have a fib level, because imagine fibbing this level and waiting for it to return before making a move to the upside. You wouldn't have gotten anything because of the strong momentum of the market. So for gold, I'll be waiting for it to just retrace into this region here, and then we'll buy. And then on that same retracement, if you remember last week, we gave this markup where we said this is a left shoulder using a box pattern. We would want to see gold trade into this region here and then sell off. So you can see how gold has traded into this particular region and made a quick retracement. We want to see that retracement possible continuing to the downside before we take another buy back upward. So for gold today, I want to see a move to the downside a little bit and then a continuation back to the upside. But overall, I'm still bullish on gold because this has already played out. The reaction has played out from here. But seeing the bullish momentum, I would not just wait for a strong retracement to the downside. Instead, I'll be looking out for short retracement, and then my overall bias is a buy. So for gold today, I am looking out for a buy. I want to just see quick retracements, and then I'll take my buy on gold all the way to the upside. This is what I'm expecting to play out. You can see that on the 5 minutes time frame, the buy has already been building for a couple of hours now. You can see all the buys to the upside on the 5 minutes time frame. So on the 15 minutes time frame as well, you can see momentum has already been building to the upside. So in London session today, I'll just wait for a quick retracement, and then I'll take my buy on gold to the upside. This is what I'm expecting to play out on gold this morning. Okay, so this is my bias for gold. Now let's go to the yen basket. Overall on the yen basket, we're bearish. Remember, I told you all that this particular buy move to the upside was more of an intervention, and then taking advantage of the bearishness of the dollar. And you can see how far the yen has made that play to the upside. At least just taking the yen against major currencies to a good discount point. Right now, we'll be expecting a rebound. And what I mean by that is that you can see that the yen has bought a little to the upside, and then it has given it a good price or a fair price. Now we're expecting a sell-off, which will be more like a retracement to the downside until it comes back to break this low before we continue selling fully. So for now, we're expecting sell-offs on the yen basket, which means buys on the yen pairs. Talking about yen pairs, starting off with GBP JPY. Remember last week we told you all that we're expecting a buy on GBP JPY all the way to this particular level. You can see that price is inching closer and closer to that particular price point. We're expecting to see how GBP JPY is going to react from here. But then before then, we're going to be looking out for a buy trade on GBP JPY. You can see how far the new London session has started, and then it's already making the move. And comparing to how far the Asian session has moved, we'll be expecting to see something similar here in the London session before a possible retracement in New York. So for GBP JPY, I'm expecting a buy, and I would want to see a good retracement or a good entry point before I take my buy on GBP JPY. Considering how far it has traveled, I would want to see a possible retracement to this particular price point here, being one of the highest points in Asian session earlier today. I would want to see a return on GBP JPY somewhere around here, and then I'll be buying back to the upside. So for GBP JPY, I'm very bullish this morning, and this is how I'm going to play out my trade for GBP JPY. For Euro JPY, I have the same bias exact as it seems. For Euro JPY, expecting a buy all the way to this region here. Now let me specify that clearly on the 4-hour time frame. You can see how that the 4-hour time frame has made that move to the upside. So we're expecting a move on Euro JPY all the way here, all the way to 186 region. So until then, we're just going to keep buying Euro JPY. I'm talking about buying Euro JPY, just like GBP JPY. We're expecting the move to give us a retracement before we enter a buy. And my point of interest would be this particular level here for Euro JPY. So I'm expecting a buy from Euro JPY somewhere around here. Once price gets there, I'll be looking for a buy, and I'll be taking it to the upside. So these are the pairs I'm looking to trade today and this week. For Euro JPY, I'm looking for a buy. For GBP JPY, I'm looking for a buy as well. And then for gold against the dollar, we're expecting a buy to play out once we see a good retracement. Okay, so we're going to be continuing this analysis as we take a look at all right, guys, we're going to be looking at the dollar and the dollar-related currencies. And for that, we'll be having Cynthia join us on the market follow to share her bias and her analysis. Good morning, Cynthia.
Morning, CJ. Thank you for that analysis. Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Week. I'm positive that this week is going to be a profitable week for us all. And I'm assuming that we took opportunities in the market last week, right? And we ended the week profitable. This is a new week, and we're not going to dwell on past victories or losses. We're starting on a new slate. So on the XY, the weekly time frame, of course, nothing has really changed. We're seeing that this most recent price action is actually bullish, and we are speculating that eventually, over a long period of time, we should see price retracing right back into this left shoulder and this other block coinciding together. Shoulder sweep break, return right back into this level, and we want to keep shorting the XY. And on the daily time frame, as seen right here, we have been looking at this other block for price to trade into and react off from, and price is currently at that level. However, on the 4-hour time frame, let's see, 4-hour time frame is actually heavily bearish, and we haven't seen a break of structure yet for us to change our bias from a sell to a buy. And of course, there's liquidity residing right here that eventually price should grab before continuing all the way to the downside. And establishing that we actually want to look out for sell opportunities, we're bearish on the XY. There are no opportunities yet in the market, right? There are no entries, so to say, for to that effect, except you just want to catch a short-term buy. We are actually bearish, right? Until we see some change of character and some break of structure before we change our bias to a buy. So I'm looking out for a sell to buy, right, on the XY generally. But for today on 15 minutes time frame, if I want to catch this short-term buy, there's a shoulder right here, and there's a sweep, there's a break. We may see price returning right back into this level and buy all the way to this 15 minutes other block. It's a short-term buy, 1:2, and we're out of the market. If you're coming to GBP USD, what's GBP USD showing us? On the weekly time frame, as we can see right here, we want to sell off into this level, 1 spot 24683 shoulder sweep break, return right back into this level, and we want to keep longing GBP USD. On daily time frame for GU, as we can see right here, it's tending to the upside, right? It's tending to the upside. We're seeing structure forming to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame, let's see what's going on right here on 4-hour time frame. We're seeing that there's been a break above. These highs have actually been broken, and eventually we should see price taking out the high at 1 spot 35444. On the 1-hour time frame, let's see if we can spot any entry opportunity. On 1-hour time frame, there's none yet. On the 15 minutes time frame, it's quite sketchy. It's not so obvious. We want to stay out and look for something that is way clearer. On the 5 minutes time frame, based on box, I'm actually looking out for entries to the upside based on a classic box pattern, and it's not clear to me. It's not clear to me. So I stay out and I keep watching out for when entry comes to me, right? So, but for GU today, I'm actually bullish on GU. On the weekly time frame for Euro USD, and of course, we keep looking at this price point for price to trade into 1 spot 06880 to shoulder sweep break, return right back into this level. And we want to keep longing Euro USD long term, of course. And on the daily time frame, let's see what daily time frame has for us. Still quite sketchy, but this has been taken out, so we should see some push to the upside on the daily time frame. 4-hour time frame should be clearer. My preferred buy for today is going to be GU actually, because I'm seeing that Euro USD is actually stalling and it's not like moving with so much momentum as GU is. So we are actually bullish, I beg your pardon. We're bullish on Euro USD 4-hour time frame. Most recent price action is actually to the upside. On the 1-hour time frame also, nothing to be confused about. We're very bullish on Euro USD. So we're looking out for entries on the 15 minutes time frame. Nothing on my end. 5 minutes, nothing so clear. So we're just going to keep our eyes glued. So we should see price trading below to take out this liquidity. So grab this liquidity residing right here on 5 minutes time frame before the push to the upside. So we'll keep our eyes glued to the chart to see if we can find any entry opportunities for the buy on Euro USD and GBP USD. Right, so with that being said, I've come to the end of my analysis. We'll be going to the synthetics market to see the opportunities the market has for us this week. Good morning, Lekon. What are you seeing in the synthetics market?
Yeah, good morning, Cynthia. That was a very insightful analysis. So, good morning, everyone. And this morning, the synthetic market has been, a brief, quiet moment in the market because in the course of the weekend, there has been some level of price delivery. Okay, so this morning, let's quickly see what exactly are we going to be taking out of the market and what are the opportunities showing up so far so good. So starting with V75 index this morning from the daily time frame, there was a level we've been looking at last week on Friday, particularly where we were expecting V75 to trade into and take out. If you look at it from the 4-hour perspective, we are going to observe that we have this level that we want price to take this low out, then we should start buying. But all of a sudden, we see our pending order was not triggered. Instead, price just slightly almost tested the low and returned all the way back up. So that happens to be more of a missed trade, right? And at the same time, we are not pained because it does not meet our trading strategy, right? Our trade setup. Okay, so instead allow price to take out this liquidity. Since price did not and it moved, let's wait for the opposite entry. So we are waiting for price to come. If it's buying, let it buy clearly and come into this our POI. We have our shoulder right at this zone, and at the same time we expect price to come and take out liquidity here and trade properly into this shoulder level or into this uh for our order block. Remember, on Friday we have two set of markups here. That the first one is going to be as price trade into this POI here, this shoulder level. Then our stop loss is going to be above this zone, just the way we have it here, and we are targeting the all the way down. Then the second entry would be price coming all the way, and if for any reason it traded into this order block, this our order block, then that gives us more reason to long more, to go far to the downside with price. And you can see we're expecting that price should come all the way, and we're also going to follow to come and take out this liquidity. And now that this liquidity has not been taken out, all we want to do is whenever price tap into this zone in the course of the week, then we are going to sell all the way back down, knowing fully well that on the daily time frame, if you look at V75 on the daily time frame, we already have to some extent a market structure shift, and all we're expecting is a pullback for price to push all the way back down again. All right, and where is the sell going to get to? At least we should see some level of sell off to the 35,000 level, somewhere around this zone. Is either this flip zone, right? This flip zone here. So is either price come all the way and create a flip zone around this place, or it trade into this daily low here, right? So that is what we are looking out to see on V75 today and in the rest of the week. Okay, so looking at that, that's it for 75 index. Let's quickly move to 75 1S to see what is going on the daily time frame, then all the way to the lower time frame. Now for 75 1S, if you look at it, you are going to see that we've also been very bullish all the way to the upside. We've been very bullish. And what is going to be our next entry? We are going to see on the 4-hour time frame, where exactly is price heading to. Price has actually came to take out liquidity around this zone. We have a setup for 75 1S on Friday, which is buying around this zone. You can see this is the order block here, and we are looking to take some buys somewhere here if price take out this liquidity zone. This was a liquidity zone that we expect price to take out, and price did, but it violated the setup because our SL is just below here. It tapped into the SL this morning, and that setup was violated since Friday, and we've been looking out to see what is going to become of price. Okay, so where exactly are we heading to now, seeing what price has done so far so good? Well, we are still of the opinion that if you look at it from a 2-hour perspective, you're still going to agree with me that yes, we are still very much bearish. However, we want to see what price is going to do. Okay, now we've seen a very clear move to the downside. For those who are on our community, if you look at it from the daily time frame, because the chart here does not extend through that level, we have a level that we marked out on the daily time frame. That is what price is reacting to at this particular point, and that is what is called seeing the sell-off that we are seeing currently on V75.S, and that is going to be a very long sell. Okay, so that gives us a sense of refinement to see where we can join this sell from. Now, from what we have right now, we can still see price. If for any reason price retrace all the way back up here, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. If price retrace all the way back up here, then you can see we have a shoulder, we have a sweep of liquidity and inducement built before the break to the downside. So price is most likely going to pull back, take out this liquidity level, tap here, and this is going to be a clear sell-off point for us somewhere here. If we see price retrace all the way into this 1 hour order block and shoulder level, then we want to start a very long sell, and the sell is going to be very long one. All right, and if not, let's see on the lower time frame, 15 minutes, since price already broke structure to the downside, we are now seeing a clear bust pattern also, showing up on the 15-minute time frame, and that is what we have here. We've seen the sweep of liquidity, we've seen the break of market structure to the downside. So I'm expecting price to come all the way, take out this high, this liquidity point here, and we begin to sell all the way to the downside. So that is just few minutes away, and what we are looking at is that price take out this level, and we want to start selling all the way to the downside, where is going to be our take profit. You can do your 1:3 or 1:4 because it's just a minor setup. But if you want to follow it all the way to the downside, then our next POI for the sell is going to be here, meaning the target is going to be somewhere here, and we are following through to this whole place, meaning if you start selling on that 15-minute time frame, you are coming to target this. All this diagonal liquidity is the target until price take out this point. And at this particular level here, let's be very careful, because if you refine this price zone, the whole of this place on your lower time frame, say 1 hour or 30 minutes, you are going to see a bust pattern somewhere here, because there's already a sweep of liquidity. Even on the 4-hour time frame here, you can see price took out this low, and since price took out this low, let's be more cautious and see what becomes of price. But price is going to come and take out this liquidity point. When price takes it out, then we can now begin to see a market structure shift again to the upside. So this is what we are looking out to see on V75 index and V75 1S for this week. All right, make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy, and we look forward to a profitable trading week for every one of us and everyone following us online. All right, so this is going to be the end of the market color brought to you by the Value Trading team. Once again, I'm Lekon Shemi. Cheers and God bless.